Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me okay, because I don't have headphones in, so I don't know if the audio is okay. And this is just the crappy microphone in my laptop because I didn't feel like getting the other one out. Hi Julie, hi Alicia, hi Linny, hi Rolling in Yarn. Alright, awesome. I have my desktop audio muted too, so hopefully there's no echo. Hopefully. So I haven't been on to live stream in a million years, and oh my goodness, there's so many people here and I didn't even tell anybody that I was gonna live stream. Yes, Julie, I am going to be home next week. But I haven't gone live in a while, and I'm just sitting here stuffing my face after going to the gym, and the kids are worn out in the living room having snacks and chilling with some TV, so here we are. I will do that. I'll have to make a note for myself because my brain is jello at the moment. Alright, let me write that down. Let me do it. Write it the long way so you can read it, smart guy. Hi Kathleen, thank you. I have lost 28 pounds now. Got 3 to go before I'm at my goal of 150 pounds. Alright, got it written down. So I will send you an email later, Miss Julie. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can show you how white I was, but it's, yeah. I've been out in the sun a lot lately. Super, super, super tan. I tan pretty easily when I do go out in the sun. Hey Julia, like I was getting ready to put a thing up in the group and there's so many people here already. It's weird. I forget that I have almost 4,000 subscribers now. So when I go live, it sends out a message to people. I wasn't expecting people to show up already. You guys caught me by surprise. I guess I should have announced it first. There we go. Yeah, it's been a while. It's crazy, isn't it, Julie? It's very strange. It doesn't seem like there are that many, but then I look at my view count and it's obvious that there are that many. I'm drinking a caffeinated protein shake with added collagen and branched chain amino acids and all that good stuff. Hi Lynn. Things are things. I mean, they could be better. And I'm not going to say the other thing because I'm not going to throw that out in the universe. They could be better. They're not horrible, but they could be better. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Kim. I'm working on it. It's a lot easier to be a happy person when your body feels better, you know? Hi, Runaway Needle. You were in Holly's stream the other day, right? Yarn Journey Crochet Holly, that is. Yeah, I'm just stuffing my face and drinking my protein shake, but I figured I'd get on here and see if anybody was around. Apparently 17 people are around. Hi Jill, how are you? I will try to remember your name, but I make no guarantees right now because my brain is not fully functional because I've just been at the gym. I'm working on getting in a better place mentally too. I think that's a big part of the reason that I've been healing as quickly as I have been. Have fun getting your hair cut. I'm trying to let mine grow. I'm not doing very good at it. Every time it grows for like 2 or 3 months, I'm like, I could let it grow, or I could cut it again. I mean, whatever. So what is everybody working on right now? If you're working on anything, you can just be chilling and having snacks too, that's fine. I love the way your hair looks, Linny, but I don't think I could pull that look off. I don't think I could do it. The shortest my hair has ever been, except, you know, when I was a baby and my hair was growing initially, was, well, actually how short I cut it in February. When it was just under my ears at my jawline and super curly. I need to make my square for my granny square swap partner, so that is on my list of stuff to get done and in the mail before the end of the week. Oh yeah, I saw that you've still got the boot thingy on your foot, Linny. That doesn't look like fun. Hi, Rose. A swimsuit cover up, that's pretty cool. Everything's going so quick. Now there's 22 people. I'm like, what's happening? I'm missing things. I've gotten a few of Expression Fiber Arts patterns lately, some of her free ones, and they're so pretty. And then I'm like, but I don't have time to make them right now. So I'm kind of trying to put them in the back of my mind for working on later. Yeah, it's the angle and it's me having really square shoulders, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's muscle, it's not just skinny. I don't ever want to be thin. Toned, sure. Thin or skinny, yeah, I'll pass. You can send some of the heat here. We're getting our wet season now, and usually this is like the hottest part of the summer for us. It's ridiculous. One of the things that I got done this week, this isn't really a yarn talk, but I got my third Cappuccino finished. I did this one and took pictures as I went, so I will be able to add them into the pattern. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video for this one or not. I might do a video for the small one just because all these extra rows take forever to make. But I like the way it turned out since I actually remembered to put the safety eyes on this time. Usually when it comes to me adding safety eyes, I end up having to embroider them on because I will have sealed it shut and sewn it shut and just, yeah, I forget to put the safety eyes in. Yeah, this is the full-size one. The boys have actually run off with the other two, and I'm pretty sure they're buried in their bed somewhere because they saw this one as soon as I finished it, and they were like, ooh, can we have it? And I'm like, no. Here, take the other ones instead, and I don't know where the hell they went. I don't know. But I did retest my pattern a third time, so now I just need to type it up. Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Hi, Sonia. Yeah, it rains here when there's not a cloud in the sky. I don't understand it. I think Washington just needs to call an Uber home because they're drunk. In regards to the weather, that is. And I randomly designed an ice cream pint cozy the other day. I don't know why, but I wrote this down, so I'm thinking I'll probably do written pattern on my blog and maybe do a short video for it because it's really easy. 2 strands of worsted weight cotton held together, and it makes it so that your ice cream doesn't leak all over your desk or freeze your hands, because I was eating ice cream. I don't know if it would stop people from licking it. But, you know, if we would have just let the people that are licking ice cream now eat the Tide Pods when they wanted to eat them, they wouldn't be licking the ice cream now. Just saying. Oh my goodness, there's almost 30 people here watching me stuff my face. Oh Lord. Yeah, I try not to keep up with things like that. I just... Exactly. They win a Darwin Award. Absolutely. So a mukbang is something that originated, I believe, in Korea, where it's a video of people eating, usually ungodly amounts of food. But they have a really high test microphone. So it'll be like listening to all of the mouth noises when people chew, which I think is really gross. That's why I'm not using my good microphone right now. So hopefully you guys don't have to hear all of the lip smacking and the chewing and the wet mouth noises. Some people really like that. Yeah, it's an ASMR thing. And for some people who have had eating disorders, it's actually therapeutic. And some people also use it as a negative coping mechanism for having an eating disorder. Like, it's one of those things that could be triggering, but it could also help you. It's a strange thing. But essentially, it's just eating on video, rather than going, oh, I didn't want you guys to see me having a drink like in a normal podcast, because slurping noises are annoying. And yes, I miss you too, Cindy. I am so busy. I'm so insanely busy right now. I have so many more things I need to get done today. It's just... Yeah, there's a lot of really not cool stuff going down back home in New York right now. The drama is whatever. I just try to stay away from drama in general, but I'm too busy to deal with it. I got too much of that crap every time the man I'm still temporarily living with walks in the house and speaks at me or to the children. Excuse me. So I just got too much of it I'm trying to cope with. I don't need any more right now. Oh, and I am eating... It's a complete cookie. I don't think that I can show you the wrapper, because if I do, I'm going to dump cinnamon all over the place. But it's a protein snack. It's a cookie that doesn't have any trans fat, no GMO, no soy, no dairy, no egg. It's vegan, no high fructose corn syrup, no cholesterol, no artificial sweeteners, no sugar alcohols, and sustainable palm oil. And this particular one is a snickerdoodle flavor. And let me tell you what, these things actually taste like a cookie. And because it's 16 grams of protein, makes you full. Pretty awesome. And they're about yay big. They're big cookies. Big cookies. And they're $2, I think. Delicious. Every time I go to the gas station down the road, I'm like, man, I need to try a different flavor. Yeah, I think it does have flour in it. Yeah, it does have wheat flour in it. This is a steel straw. We don't have plastic straws in our house anymore. Stainless steel straws. The brand Websun, Websun. It came in a set of, I think, 4 that were straight like this. You might be able to knit with it. I don't know, it doesn't have a point on it, so it might be kind of rough, but I'd say gauge-wise, it's probably maybe a 9. So like 5.5 to 6 millimeter. You'd probably be better off using a bunch of them as weaving sticks than trying to actually knit with it. Oh, the cookie, it's called The Complete Cookie, and the brand is Lenny and Larry's. I do have a Dremel tool. Yes. Peanut butter cookie is delicious, but I went for a 2.5 mile run last night just to get out of the house after the joyous events of dealing with people after dinner. I used to have silicone straws for the boys, and they chewed on them like puppies, so the silicone straws had to get thrown out. Hi, Nathan. Hello, 31 people. And I mean, as far as protein goes, there's these. This is from my last Miss Muscle box that I got, which I filmed the video for, but I haven't actually edited it yet, and I've eaten like everything else out of it. These are delicious. They're like the texture of Pepperidge Farm goldfish, but they're full of protein and they're healthy. And they taste like barbecue chips. Yum. Yeah, I like real cookies too. If I'm gonna make cookies, they're delish. These are not gluten-free, but they're pretty much everything else under the sun free. They do have quite a bit of actual sugar in them. It says it has 11 grams of sugar. So yeah. If you're somebody who doesn't do sugar in any form, they are pretty sweet. I had a ham and cheese sandwich yesterday with a giant handful of baby spinach because I can just eat baby spinach raw and I think it's delicious. Oh, pickles. I had dental work done a few days ago on the front, so I'm not supposed to eat anything really hard for a few days so that my filling has time to completely set and solidify. Super fun. Which, by the way, I wanted to say thank you to anybody who has been buying stuff from my shop lately, because the proceeds from the things that have been selling in my shop have been taking care of the copay for me to go to the dentist. So thank you for helping me get my teeth fixed. And I wanted to let you guys know that it's not just going back into a yarn fund or for some silly hobby or anything. It's legitimately helping improve my life. So thank you to all of you. And even if you just go to the shop and hit favorite on a couple of things, if you can't buy anything, that helps too. Especially with Etsy's new, oh hey, we're gonna hide your listings unless you have free shipping, which doesn't work for everybody. No, Linny. I do not have the money to get a racing bike. Stop. I didn't have an abscess. I actually had a filling that was on the back of this tooth that just dropped right out of my face. Completely fell out of my mouth for no reason. So they had to go back in and like push my gums up out of the way to drill farther up in to get more of a surface to attach the filling to. Super awesome fun. Yeah, the guy that I've been seeing races motorcycles. So we were talking about that in a few other live streams like Jan's, I think. So that's what Linny's talking about, if anybody's wondering. Yeah. My boyfriend is encouraging me to attempt racing on a motorcycle. Yeah, getting my gums pushed up out of the way, like in the back, because it's on the back of this tooth. But that was, I will say the pain was worse and the pressure was worse than when I've had root canals done. So I've had several. Joys of having joys of having non-existent and then the cheapest I could possibly afford dental care when I was a young adult. I could add PayPal. I'm thinking about maybe going with a platform like Big Cartel. That's what Kendra from Hooked by Happenstance uses on her website. Essentially, they have a flat fee for X number of listings, and they don't expire until you sell all of them. Yeah, I'm finally to the point where I've gotten 90% of my dental work taken care of. The other two things that I really should get done sometime in the next few years, but I can't currently afford, is I've had root canals done on my 2 back molars on the top here. And they've put on, like, they've done build-up work, so they've added that resin composite that they use to give you, like, the tooth-colored fillings. It's not the metal amalgam one. So they've done build-up work, but I don't actually have the crowns on these 2 teeth, because that's $1,500 for each one. And I don't have $3,000 just kicking around, chilling, waiting on a dental emergency. So, yeah. I've considered that coffee thing. I don't know. I feel like Patreon is just better for me right now, so everything isn't completely fragmented and everywhere, because I have so many things I'm already trying to track. I don't want to add another thing to my list of stuff. Yeah, Linny, $3,000 to get 2 crowns. That is dentistry in America. I'm pretty careful to make sure that I don't eat anything horribly sticky or crunchy with those teeth, so I don't think I'll have a problem with them. Yeah. Good stuff. And the other fun thing is, something nobody tells you about having children is that sometimes I do have a few crowns, actually. but none of them are gold, so I don't think I'd consider myself a queen. Oh no. Well, at least you were close to home. The other fun thing that nobody tells you about when you have kids is, as a woman, when you have babies, if you are not taking in enough calcium, your body will leach calcium from your teeth to make bones for your babies. And then your teeth just kind of crumble, no matter how much you brush them or how clean you eat or how clean your mouth is. I haven't been on a motorcycle in a really, really, really long time. And the last time that I was on one, the guy who was driving it thought it would be a good idea to pop a wheelie in traffic and not warn me. So needless to say, we tipped it right over in traffic, but because I've taken martial arts classes and have always enjoyed tumbling, I rolled with it. I got up and had a few scrapes and was fine. He had like a sprained wrist and broke toes and all this other stuff, so we had to go pick up his bike and like drag it out of traffic. Luckily, the two vehicles surrounding us, in front of and behind us, immediately threw on their flashers. We didn't have to worry about anybody running us over while we were recovering, getting up off the pavement, but yeah. And we were in town, so we were only doing about 30. So, yeah. Taking magnesium has helped me with a lot of things. I used to get migraines all the time. I take a magnesium supplement every day, and with the exception of a hormonal migraine I get once a month when it's almost Shark Week, I don't really get headaches anymore, which is so awesome. I used to get debilitating migraines 2 or 3 times a week. No fun. Have a good day, Jill. Thanks for stopping in. Man, I wish having kids made that better for me. My cycles got horrible after having kids. Like, I can't be more than a room or 2 away from a bathroom for 2 days because it's that bad. Not painful, it's just having to mop because it's that bad is not fun. I would love to, Rose. I think I would probably have fun on a road bike, but it's not something that's in the budget for a very long time. I know a few people who've gotten the piercing and it's completely eliminated their migraines. I know a few people who've gotten it and it didn't change anything. Now they just have a piercing in their ear. Hi, Alicia. Have a good day. Oh, but PCOS, though. Yeah, motorcycle's still cheaper than therapy. I haven't bought yarn since January when I got those couple of big cakes at Michael's. So guys, it's been 6 months since I bought yarn. I think I might have broken the consumerism addiction that I had. Yes. Bicycle. Yeah, I haven't been on a regular bike in a long time either. I had one when we got here, and Killian was under a year old at the time, and Hunter was just barely 3. Unless I had bought one of those tow-behind things for them, when would I have ever been able to ride it? And now I really couldn't either, because Killian can't ride a bike yet, and Hunter is getting more comfortable riding his, but the one we have for him is just about too small for him. I haven't done any live markets just because so many things are up in the air right now. If I was going to do a market, I think I'd have to just take all of my pre-made stock that I have, and I don't think I'd be able to really make much of anything beforehand because I've just been so busy. I mean, I have 12 more bags that are cut that I haven't sewn together yet. I should. But tension has been kind of high in the house the last couple of days since Adam's not on leave anymore. He's back at work. And I just can't deal with the arguing the second he walks through the door. So rather than be here and have to deal with it, I wait until the kids are asleep and I go for a run. I don't like running, but I feel like running is better than committing homicide, so I do that instead. I feel like it's a much healthier option for everybody involved. Tunisian entrelac. Oh my goodness. That sounds crazy. Yeah, running is definitely not my favorite thing. I was in such a state last night that I took those hills so hard that I got home and I was limping. Well, that depends on a variety of things. Yes, my ex, we are still cohabitating under the same roof for a few more months. Our final date is in the middle of September, provided nothing gets dragged out. From speaking with my attorney, I've been like, okay, can we get in mediation ASAP so that we can figure out what's happening with what, try and talk things out so that we don't have to go to trial, because that's going to cost more and it's going to take longer. I'd really like to have things mostly settled so that if Hunter has to go to public school, we can be in our new house so that he can be settled before school starts, so he can go to orientation and meet his new teachers and maybe make a few friends before school starts and just, ugh. I've always been a stress exerciser. Running is a new thing for me. I like to just go to the gym and lift heavy things. That makes me feel better too. Yeah, I'm really hoping that it goes fairly smoothly, but I feel like Adam and I have very different ideas of how this is going to go. Excuse me. And from speaking to the people I have spoken to, it is not going to go as in his favor as he's hoping it will. Oh, I'm a rage cleaner too. You can get so much accomplished when you're on a rage clean. Oh, boobs. Yeah, I don't have that problem. That's how I could tell that I was losing weight, because this is the first thing, though, right here's gone. Well, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it. I can use any of the good, positive mojo people got. regardless of what deity it does or doesn't come from. Good energy is good energy. It doesn't matter what the source is. That's my opinion on it. Oh yeah. When rage cleaning is occurring, the boys know to just be quiet and, like, stay out of the way. Thank you, Cindy. Have a safe trip home. What, buddy? Do you want to come in here and say hello? Come on in here. Come here. Get your face over here. This is Killian. This is my little one. Little. He's going to be 5 in November. Isn't that insane? How is he going to be 5 in November?
Why do you say so?
What, sweetie?
I say so.
Yep, that's just you up there. Stand up, Goofy.
Him?
Yeah, he's huge. Adam took them to a carnival thing on the 4th of July, which is also Adam's birthday, and Killian was actually tall enough to go on all of the rides, so he's at least 42 inches tall. Yeah. Hey, what?
Can you go to the Children's Museum?
I'm not going to go to the Children's Museum today. If the weather's going to be icky again tomorrow, maybe we can plan to go tomorrow, though.
I want to the penny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my kids are huge. They've been big since they were born. They were the size of most 3-month-olds when they were born. They were both 9.5 pounds and 22 inches tall at birth. Wait, what? You want what? No, sweetie, that's fabric paint. You don't need that. You don't need fabric paint right now. Yeah. No, sweetie, it's fabric paint. That's the last thing you need, is to run around unsupervised with fabric paint. I mean, Hunter is... I'd say he's probably about 4'6" right now. It's been a while since I measured him, but when he does finally get to see my parents someday, he's going to be as tall as my mom. What are you trying to get? What square thing? What square thing are you after, bud? No, it's a bin full of yarn under my bed, dude. You don't need to get in there. Hey, no. You don't need to get in there. That's all yarn. Yeah. Mommy's got yarn under my bed because I don't have as much space to have it on shelves right now. I'm 5'8". Adam is 6 feet tall-ish. But my uncle is 6'3", and Adam's uncle is 6'5". So we have giant potential for both of these kids. Hey, Killian, get out of there, bud. Come on. What square thing, dude? What square thing? Are you talking about the box full of priority envelopes? Why? If I give you an envelope to play with, will that sate you? Here, I've got 2 of them right here. Which one would you like?
Not one.
Which one? No?
This one.
Not either of those? Oh my lord, child. I don't have plans to do any craft fairs right now just because I have no clue where we're gonna be, what's going on. Yeah, when I was an older teenager, people would mistake me for my mother's mother, not her daughter, because I'm so much taller than she is. My mom's 5 feet tall, and I'm 5'8", and have been for a very long time.
Mama, I want the princess to be
You what?
Like Vanessa's kitty.
You like Miss Vanessa's kitty. Yeah, he was pretty cute, huh? 96. Ew. I'd like it to be warm, but not that warm. Oh, and yeah. Here, you want to show him your teeth? Look. So Killian lost his 2 front teeth a little while ago, too. Alright, that's enough. They saw. Close it. Num num. Thank you. Careful. Yeah, the humidity here has been horrible because it keeps trying to rain and then it'll sprinkle and then it'll stop. And I'm like, come on, Washington, it's been such a dry, wet season. We're gonna have to worry about wildfires so much earlier than usual. Oh, the dog's in here too? And a partridge in a pear tree. Goodness.
This is
What are you doing, bud? Please. Aw, is she giving you kisses? She's such a good dog. She's such a sweet dog. I know, you hear the mowers outside and it's got you all in a froth. You'll be fine. Yeah, the guy that I'm seeing is only 5'5", so he's actually 3 inches shorter than me, which is different and a first for me. But it's not terrible like I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. Killian, what are you doing? I really wish you'd stop. Hi, Desiree. Killian. Dude. What are you pulling out of there? Oh, the mat. Ugh. I suppose I can get it. Jeez. 100%. And he's a couple years younger than me, so he doesn't try to act like he's my father, which is nice. In case you couldn't tell, Randy kind of has authority issues, so somebody who tries to tell me what's what, we clash a little bit. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know, it's something to look into. Hi, Cassandra. Hey, listen, don't touch any buttons. You can stand there. I'm gonna get that mat out for you. Can you move so I can get to it?
My hands are too small.
Well, it's not that your hands are too small, sweetie. It's that there's a bunch of stuff in the way. Because Mommy's got it packed in such a way that it's not gonna just come out. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you take this in the living room. Don't lose any pieces. If you need help with the zipper, Hunter can help you with the zipper, okay?
How are you?
Well, here, there's a handle right here. Here, walk through the tiny space and I'll hand it to you, okay? Walk through. Here, take this. Hey, you got it? All right, careful not to drop it. You got it? There you go. Yeah, he's got lots of toys, Lenny. He just got a new house and has an ATV and 3 motorcycles in it. In one of the multiple garages. Absolutely. I'm a grown-up. I don't need to be talked down to like I'm a child. Makes a big difference in your demeanor and how you deal with people, you know? What are you doing, bud? Ask Hunter to unzip it. He knows how to do a zipper. He can help you. Ask Hunter. Hello. And yes, thank you, Desiree. I am not 100% where I want to be, but I am in a much better place than I was even 6 months ago. That's still a good size for being early, though. I have two friends who had super duper ultra early preemies. My one friend, her son was born at 25 or 26 weeks, and he was only 1.5 pounds when he was born. He's almost Hunter's age. He's about Killian's size, but Hunter's age. But I mean, Killian is huge. Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah. I keep telling the boys, I'm like, you know, there's gonna come a time when you guys are gonna be taller than me, and your hands are gonna be bigger than mine. Like, every time I have to hold their little hands to, like, walk across the street or something, I'm like, my babies. They're not gonna be babies forever. They're not even babies now, but, you know. Ooh, yeah, they don't usually let you go that late now. Killian was 3 days late, and I was starting to freak out because Hunter was born right on time, and he was 9.5 pounds and 22 inches tall. So I was like, if he stays in there much longer, I'm gonna have to have a section because he's not gonna fit. No. I have big hands too. I mean, I know how that is. Hunter is 6.5. He is going to be 7 in January, and he's about 4.5 feet tall right now. I'd say probably about 60, 65 pounds, somewhere in that range. I don't know, last time I picked him up, he was a lot heavier than I was expecting, and I almost dropped him. But he jumped and hung on to me like a koala with Velcro, with, like, his arms and his legs, so he didn't fall. Yeah, they're big boys. They're huge. Oh, puppy. I was worried that it was going to have to happen with Killian. I was afraid. And I didn't want that. Unless there was no other way. If it was like, you need to have a section or you and your baby aren't going to make it out alive, I'd be like, okay, do it right the second. But no. I got lucky. Got to avoid it. Fabulous. I was born right about on time, and I was 6.5 pounds and 20 inches tall. So I was a tall, skinny baby. And my mom is only 5 feet tall. So I can't imagine a baby almost as long as mine were scrunched up inside of my tiny mom's abdominal space. Yeah, they don't let you go more than, I think 2 weeks is the max now. That they'll let you go over your estimated due date, which might not even be your actual due date. It can vary by several weeks. Yeah, that's not a good thing for him to do, Anna. I was really lucky the boys weren't even remotely in distress. They were both sunny side up, which, you know, the soft part of a baby's head is at the back, and that's supposed to be what's facing out to exit first because their skull is still soft, while both of my kids came out forehead first, so more damage was done to me than anything else, but yeah. Hi, Vanessa. I had a midwife for Killian. Well, I was supposed to have a midwife at Killian's birth. I'd had a midwife for all of my prenatal visits while I was pregnant with him. We got to the hospital and I was in labor. I mean, they checked me and I was already 8 centimeters dilated, and they're like, oh my god, your baby's gonna be here in a couple of hours since this is your second one. They were like, oh, you've been seeing a midwife. We don't have any midwives on staff today. I was like, oh my god, why? So the lady who was the head of the entire obstetrics ward delivered Killian. And it was fabulous. Yeah, Hunter's, the doctor who delivered Hunter, kept threatening me with, oh, if you don't hurry up and push him out, we're going to take you to surgery. You don't hurry up, we're going to take you to surgery. What, baby?
Did you say Killian could have that mat?
The puzzle mat, yes, I did.
I'm putting it together.
Okay.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you for checking with me. Thank you, sweetie.
And one thing, there was a yellow on the purple, in the purple column. It's actually a bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they ended up, I did get an epidural with Hunter, even though I was completely dilated, and they were like, this might not work. Luckily it did, but it worked so well that it completely stalled my labor, so I ended up being in labor with Hunter for like 14 hours. Epidural took everything away to the extent that I fell asleep for a few hours. We would have had to, with Adam being Army, we didn't have to pay for anything, but Hunter ended up being in the NICU unnecessarily because they were worried he might have an infection. His 5-day NICU stay would have cost us $26,000. A normal, natural vaginal delivery costs about $6,000 to $7,000 if you don't get an epidural, none of the other fun stuff. So you're looking at almost $40,000 is what Hunter's birth would have cost. Yeah, it's all dependent upon the insurance that you have. With him being military, we have TRICARE Prime, so everything was completely covered, thankfully. You better quit growling at my cat, miss. Hey, Nurgle, there's not really space up here, buddy. I don't know where you think you're gonna go, but there's not a lot of room. Like, really, not a lot of space. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why when you get your tax return and they give you that little buffer extra money for having kids, it doesn't even completely cover the cost of having kids for an entire year. So people are like, oh, the more kids you have, the more money you get back. Is your lady bits just like an ATM? And it's like, no. Because that $3,000 we get added to our tax return for having kids, for having 2 kids, $1,500 per head, is doesn't cover feeding, clothing, other stuff for kids for a year. It takes a chunk of what you've already paid off and gives it back to you, but it doesn't completely cover having kids. That's a long time. Yeah, it's not a lot. I tried to nurse the boys, and it just, the stress from Hunter being in the hospital, and the hospital that he was born at was more than an hour away from where we lived. They didn't have any rooms where I could stay after the first 2 days, so I had to go home and leave Hunter at a hospital that was over an hour drive away directly after giving birth, like 2 days after giving birth. I had to leave him there for multiple days, and pumping didn't work. I tried every possible supplement under the sun that you could consume, foods that are supposed to up your milk supply. Nothing worked. Too much stress. And then with Killian, because he was just born so big, still didn't work. This didn't work. I did nurse them as long as I could in addition to bottle feeding them, but whatever. They got fed, they're healthy, they're happy now. I really had a lot of trouble accepting that. Hi, Laura. They don't, and that was what frustrated me. And in my joyous beginnings of my postpartum depression from having Hunter at the hospital and me not being with my newborn baby, I was like, what if it was a situation like the zombie apocalypse and we didn't have a substitute formula and there wasn't someone around who was still nursing a baby who could also nurse him? Seems like a dumb thing to focus on, but you know, when your depression brain activates, crazy things become kind of more important than reality, and that's a problem. They did get some. They didn't get as much as I would have liked, but I mean, I know that some people who are as small as I am successfully nurse their children. It just didn't work for me. And I suppose that's fine. I mean, I was completely formula fed and I don't have allergies, I don't have asthma. None of the things that people at the forefront of the breast is best movement talk about being horrible, scary side effects of giving your kids formula. I don't have any of those problems. Thanks for stopping in, Julia. Have a good day. I mean, I tried everything and just kept thinking, what is wrong with me? How am I biologically incapable of being a mother? Like, I birthed my kids, but I should also be able to feed my children. But finally, I accepted that it was okay because I am obviously a healthy person and I was completely formula fed because that was the norm in the late 80s when I was born. I was born in 86. What, sweetie? Yeah, you're strong. Please be very careful with that. Make sure you set it down slow. Don't squish your toes. Well, yeah, fed is best is pretty much what it boils down to. I also feel like whatever works best for your family is nobody else's business. Nobody else's business. If it helps your household function easily, so everybody is at least on an even keel, who cares? Some people are okay with corporal punishment for their kids. I'm personally not okay with it. I am not comfortable spanking my children. They're fairly well behaved even without that. But if somebody else uses that particular method and it works for their family, whatever. Not my problem. If it works in your house, cool. February. I was born in February. Oh, Nurgle, you look creepy. Hey, bud. There's a cat back here. I don't know if you saw the green of the eyes or not. There we go. There's a kitty back here. And it's something that people don't really talk about, too. What, Bob? What do you got now? Well, Nurgle plus Nurgle would be Nurgle to the second power, or Nurgle squared.
I like his whiskers.
Yeah, you like his whiskers. Just be gentle with him. You can pat them, don't hug his whiskers. Oh, my shirt says there's not enough coffee or middle fingers for this. Yeah, Killian, when he was born, he had a severe tongue tie so bad that I powered through attempting to nurse him even though I was bleeding profusely from his horrendous latch. Finally, after about a month of being scabbed and bleeding and crying, the extra skin on the bottom of his tongue finally snapped loose, so it wasn't as painful and horrible anymore, but Yeah.
Like,
Yes, that is the kitty.
why do they have his head?
Absolutely.
That's how. That's how.
Hey, listen. Where's my Kindle? Okay, I need you to not do that because you're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself. Please don't. No. Killian. Okay. I am gonna move him before he scares the dog. Killian, come on, let's go. Yep, let's go. Scoop. Let's go. What do you got? Yes. Yes, kitty is cute. Let's go. Hurry. Hey, kitty cat. Are you entertaining people with your wavy kitty tail? Yes, that cream stuff was so fabulous. So good. But nursing was still horrible. And it just didn't work for me. I mean, here, it's chilly here today. It's only like 60, 65. And it keeps threatening rain. It's really windy and it feels wet outside like it's gonna rain. We haven't gotten enough rain. Which is horrible because I know I usually complain about how wet Washington is, but not right now. Yeah, the other day it was 76 and the humidity was 68%. And I went for a run at noon because I'm smart. Went for a 2-mile run at noon with it being that hot. Oh my goodness. All the Facebook messages hitting me all at once. The only 2 Celsius to Fahrenheit that I can do off the top of my head are 0 Celsius, which is about 32 Fahrenheit, and 30 Celsius, which is about 90 Fahrenheit. So whenever I would be listening to the radio stations out of Kingston back home in New York, and they'd say it was 30, I'm like, oh, it's pretty stinking warm there. Gross. Ugh, God, will people just quit talking about that? Like, really? Sorry, guys, I just got a notification from Bonnie Bay Crochet about her stance on the Ravelry thing. And I'm not really going to talk about it, so, like, nobody get into a war about it. Know that I am still on Ravelry. I disagree with the way that they made their announcement. And some of the things that they said, but I understand why they did it. Doesn't mean they were right in their execution, but I get it. I have heard of knitting fever. Ravelry has essentially said that they don't want Trump supporters to be posting any forum posts, topics, whatever, projects in support of Trump The biggest thing I disagree with them about was them saying that anybody who is a Trump supporter is automatically a white supremacist. And that is the thing that people are in a tizzy about, which I understand, because that is an incorrect blanket statement that they should not have made, especially from a professional standpoint. Like, I understand that tempers were running hot and people were mad, but you don't say things like that without risking the death of your company. And Ravelry is doing better than some people like to admit, but just, it's been going on for weeks now, and as somebody who is friends with very many people in the LGBTQ community and people of color, I understand why people on both sides of the fence are upset, and I understand why a lot of people are staying with Ravelry. And if people choose not to be with it, cool. I just wish people would quit, quite frankly, bitching about it and carrying on. There's a lot of people that I've seen in my feed just posting stuff about, oh, look at all this fake weird stuff Ravelry's doing. It's like, if you're not on the site anymore, why do you give a damn? Don't pay attention to them if you don't care. Vote with your wallet. That's why I, personally, won't spend my money at Hobby Lobby or Chick-fil-A. That doesn't mean that I think anybody who does is an inhuman monster or a horrible person. I don't care. You do what you want. I choose not to support those companies. So I don't. That's the end of it. Doesn't need to be a big conversation where everybody gets butthurt and it just goes on and on and on. And it's just this blaming back and forth and name slinging, and it's just crap. I still have a Ravelry account, but all of my paid patterns that I've written are also available on Etsy for people who don't do Ravelry. So that is a pretty good deal. Cross-stitching is not something I want to get into, because I know that if I get back into it like I was in high school, it will be something that I will end up having more than my fair share stored of. I mean, I haven't bought yarn in 6 months, and guys, I've still got so much yarn. I can crochet daily for at least the next 6 months, if not longer. Yeah, Ravelry is not anti-LGBT. They're very much pro. They constantly have a rainbow flag up on the banner on their site now, so yeah. No! Stop telling me about free stuff! Stop it! Oh, and I need to type up my cappuccino pattern. That's on my list of things to do today. And I should be finishing the crochet scallop top that I was working on. I just have the neckline to finish, and I think I'm going to add a few more inches to the bottom. It fits me, but I have a very long torso, so even though it fits me around, it's kind of short. Even with me getting thinner, I still don't want my belly hanging out, you know? Isn't it awesome when people who are what we would consider to be fiber arts famous respond to you on things? I mean, Vincent from Not Bad Ami KNOT responded directly to me on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh my god. Like, flappy hands, freaking out, fangirling. It was ridiculous. I've tried Tunisian crochet, and usually I use a 6 or 6.5 millimeter hook. I think this is a 6.5 with worsted weight yarn. But you know, after trying Tunisian, because I thought maybe it would be quicker than knitting, because I'm not used to Tunisian, knitting is quicker for me. So I don't know if I will maybe try a different style of stitch with Tunisian. Don't know. Hey guys, please don't throw things. Even if it's the basketball, please don't throw things. Please. Oh, the natives are out of eyesight and they're growing restless. I will give it another 5 minutes and then I will end this stream because we've been on for a little over an hour now. I do knit socks. I actually am working on finishing up my second sock in my second pair of finished socks. Right now I'm just on the leg portion, and I did from the donut up playground yesterday while the kids were playing, because right now it's just stockinette in the round, so it's super easy. I don't have any knitting tutorials. Hello, Hunter. Yes, I see your face back there.
How do you see my face?
Because I do.
Hey.
What?
Do you know Killian is fighting me?
Okay, so don't fight.
Okay.
Don't fight.
Can I have a bean?
You want to have a couple of these? I was going to give you some, wasn't I?
Uh-huh.
Totally forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
You promised.
The first knitted sock pattern that I did was the Rose City Rollers pattern, and it's just ankle socks. I ended up then going back and adding a crocheted cuff to the top because I didn't like how short they ended up being. Oh, sorry, kitty cat. I didn't mean to bonk your head. There you go. Got a couple.
Why, Demo?
I've had people ask if they're twins because they're almost the same size. They're, yeah. Hunter, his face looks more like mine if you get to look at us both closely, and Killian looks very much like his daddy. So much like his father. They're good with each other most of the time. Yeah, I've had people ask if they were twins, and I'm like, one of them is 4 or 5 inches shorter than the other one. They're not twins. If they're sitting down, I can understand making that mistake because they look so much alike. But yeah, they're the same way. Hunter has picked up my facial expressions as well as just the structure of my face. So he will make my expressions at me. I'll be like, Hunter Mark, don't make my face at me. And he'll like arch his eyebrow farther, and he'll like try to push his eyebrow up farther with his finger, and it's just the most ridiculous thing. Kids. I have never used a sock loom. I have used a bulky weight, thicker gauge knitting loom, and I've used one that's good with worsted weight. And it's still quicker for me to just knit than it is to loom. I don't know. Oh, those noises are the best. With mine, I more have to holler at them to stop using grown-up words because they can swear in the proper context. I don't ever swear at my kids. but I do swear within earshot of them. So every once in a while, things come out of their face that they know shouldn't come out of their face. Like when I had an older woman in her SUV almost T-bone us in the parking lot earlier. Hunter looks at me with the most innocent look on his face and goes, "I think I saw her talking shit about you, Mom." And I was like, "Really? Really?" And I was like, "Don't say that." And she's an older lady. Who knows what she's got going on in her life that's making her have a crappy attitude? Not my problem. She almost hit us, not the other way around. So don't say that. Yeah. Right? Every time people are like, "Oops, sorry," if they accidentally swear around my kids, I'm like, they've heard so much worse. It's fine. Like, I appreciate that you noticed it, but it's fine. It'll be okay. We're working on teaching them that certain words have a proper time and place. Those words should not be used around old people, other small children, or professionals like doctors, teachers, etc. It's just us in the house. If you're not swearing at anybody, like if you're frustrated and you say a bad word, whatever. Several languages. See, that makes it more fun. Be like, "Well, do you mean I can't swear in any language or just not English? Because you didn't specify, Mom." Oh, yep. It'll happen. Renegade. It'll be okay, Pooch. They're giggling, but it sounds like escalating noises, like it's about to get bad. I know select swear words in French, German, Spanish, Japanese, obviously all of them in English. Yeah, I'm 33 and my dad still gives me hell sometimes when I'm on the phone with him if I really get going on a rip with multiple swear words right in a row. He'll be like, "Randy Ann." And I'm like, "Daddy, I am a grown-up. I am a grown-ass woman. And I will say those words if I want to say them." No, the boys are giggling, and I'm concerned. I feel like there's going to be a disaster waiting for me in the living room when I get out there in a minute. Oh well. They're not killing each other. They're kind of having fun. All good. Okay, they're just throwing the cardboard bricks at each other. Yeah. I don't let them call each other any of those things. But if they just exclaim something out of frustration or anger, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Yeah, my dad's on the other side of the country. He couldn't do that to me now, even if he wanted to. Be nice, please, my children. Please. Oh yeah, teenage years are going to be a blast. I was talking with my friend the other day, the one whose son was actually born at 26 weeks, because he's just a few months younger than Hunter. And I was like, you know, our kids are going to be teenagers in like 6 years, right? And she goes, what? I'm like, yeah, they're 6.5. So they're going to be 13 in 6.5 years. She goes, shut up. Don't remind me. I'm like, sorry. Killian, you're all right. I'll be there in just a second, bud. So I am going to go tend to them and see what kind of horrible, catastrophic disaster they have wrought in the living room. So thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. And I will catch you guys all in the next videos sometime soon-ish. I do have a few things recorded that I need to get edited. So what's today? Wednesday? Probably another video Friday. Friday seems about right. I'm not sure what it'll be, but something Friday. So thank you everybody. Have a good night, morning, evening, whatever. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye guys.